Yes, guys. Internet's already cut out for a second. Let's start that again. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back to Football Inc. The Wi-Fi is hopefully not as well as you are. I hope you're all able to do us some favors, guys. Smash the like button for me if you don't mind on your way in. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell and drop them comments thick and fast. Let us know where you're from and who you support. If you're new around these hip parts, if you're not new, then we probably know already. Last thing before I hand over to Jonny is to ask you for some audio favors. If you are interested in the podcast format of this show, you can find us on Apple Pods and on Spotify. On Spotify, you can also watch it. And we'd love it if you go over there and give us a 5-star rating and a follow. Jonny, how are you, mate?
All very good. Still smarting from the news. Still loads of messages coming in from Gooners. They've done the mural on the wall already. Lots of memes, loads of jokes. He's doing his medical today.
I'm over it, mate. I'm over it. I'm over him as well.
I feel sorry for Glasner because he's been sold short because they still don't have a player.
Yeah.
No player in. Yeah.
If you listen to Thomas Frank's comments this morning, it sounds like he never really wanted us anyway. He basically said, look, I'm talking broadly here, but if a player doesn't want to come to us, we don't want them. So I don't know if that's salty. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just playing the the club card. But I would also say it doesn't smack of being completely wide of the mark. I think my personal take on it is that he never wanted us. He would have settled for us, but always wanted to go to Arsenal.
He was coming to Spurs.
Coming to versus wanting to is a different thing.
Coming to and wanting to and happy to.
Okay, but, well, look, my take is based on my presumptions. I know you have yours.
Mine's based on facts, but okay. I get it. I totally get it. But listen, that ship sailed, well and truly sailed into the sunset. See ya. Yesterday's news, chip paper. No doubt it'll be regurgitated first thing when we play Man City on the TV. They'll bring it up because that's what TV companies and news and all the rest of it do to stir us up. But anyway, moving on. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're well. If you're here for the first time, guys, hit the subscribe button. We know there's thousands of you watching. And only a few of you hit the subscribe button for some unknown reason. Doesn't cost any money, doesn't hurt you, doesn't harm you, but it certainly helps us on our journey to 5,000. We're on our way. So if you please hit that, we always know you love to hit the like button. That game's really strong. Where should we start, Sean? Should we start with? I don't know whether we should start with the really big news here about Nottingham Forest and Nuno, because that's got to be the big news. Look, who can forget that moment at the end of last season? We had Marinakis transferring his shares rather late, as it transpired. He didn't know that at the time. Transferring his shares out of Nottingham Forest so that when Nottingham Forest and Olympiacos were in the Champions League together, he wouldn't get thrown out. Unfortunately, he didn't know at the time that he was too late to transfer that. But basically, Nottingham Forest, as he did that, started to lose games. And it transpired that you saw him running onto the pitch to berate Nuno. It was about the striker clashing with the goalpost, but you knew it was more than that. That's what Nuno tried to make out. But you saw there the first signs of Marinakis madness and aggression as he ran onto that pitch. Like, what are you doing? All the commentators, have made that comment. And then we saw the Morgan Gibbs-White thing. Then we started to see some of the signings, and some people I know have made comments that these signings don't look like Nuno type signings that fit Nuno's system. Is something going? Well, that's what they told me, and I don't know which ones they were talking about in particular.
Who's they? Sorry.
Well, do I have to name them?
No. Just like as in
People
like
in football
people.
people.
Okay, right. Okay. So I wasn't sure if you were talking about like friends.
No, not some Jim from down the road.
Right. Okay.
And I didn't really pay much attention to it actually at all until Sean sent me the links and the thumbnails, and I thought, are you kidding? Then I got another message. I checked my messages to see that the conversation between Marinakis and Ange Postecoglou are in fact have substance to them, and the signings and the type of signings has now come into conversation.
Makes sense.
Right. So I'm not sure exactly what players they're talking about, but it just seems a bit strange. But
before we talk a little bit about that, can we just start with the notion? Well, sorry, I want to dig into those players that you're talking about there, because I've got the list up, and I think that when you put in the context like that, it does make sense. But before we get into like, is Ange coming? Can we just start with, why is Nuno on his way out? There's rumours that I've read that apparently the relationship between between Marinakis and Nuno is quite fractious. They're not particularly seeing eye to eye. And that's obviously enough of a reason. We've seen it at Tottenham over the years, loads of times when the chairman and the manager end up having a fallout, or, even if it's behind the scenes, if it's a kind of my way or the highway type of ownership, which Marinakis certainly is, and Daniel Levy certainly has been, then sometimes if you get personalities in the managers that are asking for things that the chairman doesn't want to give, then, trouble can brew, right? It's like a marriage, isn't it? It's essentially a marriage of convenience at times. And so that's possible and probable. Although I would say, does Nuno strike you as the sort of guy that's he feels to me like he's a bit of a shrinking violet rather than like a big sort of chest pumping type of ego. I don't know, but like my impression of him seems like he's a little bit softer and quieter and not the sort of person that causes too many problems, right? So there's that side of it. And then the other side of it is also, sorry, John, real quick. Yeah. The other side of it is also, how can you sack a guy? How can you sack a guy after what he did last season? He was brilliant last season, wasn't he?
He was brilliant, but this is a guy that demands the best. We've seen he's a lunatic, right? Go look back through his history. We saw Morgan Gibbs-White is an intimidating character. I'm just reading this article here, which has just popped up. It says, last season was a roaring success for Nottingham Forest, even though they struggled a bit down the stretch. They still secured European football in a season where they were expected to only finish a position or two clear of the drop zone. You think this would make the managerial position one of the most secure in world football, but instead, Nuno Espirito Santo is saying stuff like this. Very worrying comments from Nuno, saying he and owner Evangelio Marinakis are not as close and the relationship has severely changed. That hardly refutes reporting from Matteo Moretto that Forest is considering sacking Nuno over his disagreement with the club's transfers this summer, and is already contacting potential replacements. Among them, the leading contender is Ange Postecoglou, who is about as anti-Nuno tactically as you're ever going to get. Forest has spent a lot of money this summer and on players that I think are pretty good, but they do seem a bit more on the side of technicians than high work rate athletes. If Nuno does end up getting fired, it will be very interesting to hear him detail what he didn't like about this team's transfer.
So who's written that article?
It is from Transfer Flow.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of them before. That's interesting. And Will Northy, shout out to you, is saying it's not rumours, Jonny, Sean. Nuno has just announced the relationship is broken on live TV just now. Far out. He's out of here. And Ange is back. Ange will come back. He went over to Greece in the summer holidays on his hollypops to give him the was it the city of like the freedom key of Greece or something? What was it he gave him?
Greeks, Greeks Anonymous. I imagine that as a what about a wrestling match? In the left corner where you've got Marinakis.
An animal, and their special move is called the Souvlaki.
The Souvlaki.
Their entrance music, wearing leotards, running down the ring like Hawk and
coming down the tunnel. Oh dear. I tell you what,
absolutely sensational.
Honestly, it's the Greek mafia has taken over Forest. Yeah, I mean,
what do you think it works? Do you think it will work there?
I don't know. They're two massive characters, literally two massive characters. But I mean, listen, when he handed them the freedom of the city, maybe he said, "Hey, Ange." Yeah, maybe.
Mate, I'm trying to figure this one out. Let's have a look. See here at.
When I got told, Sean, you know, when I got told, and I got told by football people, like these signings aren't Nuno, like they're not Nuno. Something's going on. I didn't even bat an eyelid. I got to be honest. I didn't bat an eyelid.
So they've signed Amari Hutchinson, who's a tricky winger, great player, but not exactly the replacement for Anthony Elanga in terms of like for like style. If you're comparing how Ange plays to how Nuno traditionally plays on the counter, then Hutchinson fits an Ange ball 100%. Dan Ndoye is a cracking player. I'm really excited to see how Dan Ndoye plays because I was looking at him as a Tottenham option at the start of the summer. Again, though, he's not someone that's going to be. He's not like a counteract. He's a possession-based winger. Arnau Calamuendo, smaller.
We like him.
More tricky, nimble, sort of poacher type. Can play. He's versatile, but he's kind of like edge of the box, running around. So not like the polar opposite of like a Chris Wood style type. You know, if they were going to go long and do that sort of thing under.
Oh, he's going. Oh.
He was sort of how he was going to fit into Manchester City. Igor Jesus, I'll be honest, I haven't seen before, so I don't really know. Same with Cunha.
Well,
I'm sure
Igor Jesus, I saw Igor Jesus. I saw Igor Jesus, and who's a really good striker. I saw him score a goal, and Cunha as well, really good for Botafogo in the Club World Cup. I just was watching because I was interested in, you know, the next up and coming Brazilians. Heard some good things. Those were signed by Edu. What else has he got there?
Well, he signed Douglas Luiz to replace Danilo, right? And what do we know about Ange Postecoglou, mate? Doesn't play with a 6, right? Danilo is an out-and-out 6. Douglas Luiz is an 8, but certainly has a little bit more. He has the ability to do the defensive side of his game, but he isn't a 6. So if you replace your Danilo, your 6, with an 8 that's more versatile box to box, but that can physically tough it out, makes a hell of a lot of sense, mate. I wonder what the betting markets are talking about Ange Postecoglou to be the next Forest manager.
It can be an 8. I mean, look. The thing is, the good thing for Ange is, after winning a trophy in his second season, like he said, he will never ever be sacked again in his first season. It's like a record. However bad it is, even if he finishes with 22 defeats in 17th place, he'll turn around to Marinakis, but I always win in my second season, mate. So I think
you can currently it's currently evens on Espirito Santo to be sacked first.
Yeah.
Graham Potter's 7-2. I think that's worth having 50 quid on, to be entirely honest, mate. Here. No. On either, it's shit money, but 50. Like, you know, it just looks like he's already come out and said it, according to Will there, right? So
we didn't know that.
That's it's quite fascinating, Johnny. Quite fascinating. Big Ange back. Nottingham Forest are becoming a little bit like they always were a bogey team of Tottenham's back in the day, back in the 90s. They used to sing that song. We always beat Tottenham. We always beat Tottenham.
What will happen when he comes back to him and Marinakis? Listen, if you're Greek, don't be offended. Some of my best friends aren't Greek. No, I've got a lot of Greek friends.
Mate, so when he comes back to Tottenham, you'll have Marinakis and Morgan Gibbs-White that will be booed relentlessly. And then you have the people that will be giving Ange Postecoglou a massive round of applause for how he left the club. That's interesting stuff, Johnny. There's nothing like a good old-fashioned wind-up, eh? Nothing like a good old-fashioned wind-up.
Can you imagine, though? He's going to piss me off if I see Ange Postecoglou on the sideline and he starts pointing. Because unless he's looking at his feet, I'm not going to be happy, to be truthful.
I don't think, like you said that he's guaranteed a second season. The only person that might break that habit is because two Greek men in the same room, It's going to be a lot of plates being spun and many of them being smashed, I think.
Could be hummus all over the wall.
It's not chaos, it's hummus. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, but listen, look, I mean, it's why we love, this is why we love the Premier League and why we love football, because you never know what's going to happen. Just when you think you know what's going to happen, something like this happens. No way does Nuno deserve to be sacked. I mean, listen, he's had a tough run of it, hasn't he? I mean, he was sacked by Spurs, didn't really get given a chance. All he asked for was his number 2, and he didn't get it. Every place he's had his number 2, he's done very well. If he gets thrown out now, I mean, I feel sorry for him, especially at this time of the year. I'm not sure how long he's got on his contract, but
Nuno?
One. Yeah. So would that make Ange Postecoglou favourite to win the Europa League?
Oh, fucking hell. Can you imagine? No, he won't do it in his first season. He'll do it in his second season. Because Forest will probably just about finish just in the Conference League this year. Let's be honest, mate. Like Ange Postecoglou, Nottingham. Listen, they've bought 5 or 6 very good players. They've spent a lot of money, but the rest of their squad is still set up for Nuno ball, right? So I'm surprised they haven't sold a few more to bring in a few more. If this is what we're obviously speculating here, this is going to happen, but it all does make sense. It all does make sense. Tell you what doesn't make sense, guys, is that it's 550 people here, and the likes have not been hit. The likes haven't been hit. Smash the like button, guys. That's all that makes sense to me. Smash the like button. Couple of super chats for us before we get into the rest of the story. By the way, at 3:45, we have predicciones to get through, and we're bringing on a member of the show, Roy Vicken, who is actually a Viking, and he's going to he's been representing the members in the chat with his predictions this week, and I've got Johnny's and mine ready to go. But first and foremost, Dean Law, big up to you, my man. Super sticker, the train hat. We very much appreciate you, Deanie. Thank you very much for your support, as always, my man. Very, very generous of you. We've also got one from Bantry. Says there should be no sentiment when gambling, but Spurs are lucky against City, so both to score, Spurs to win, 8-1. I've stuck a lucky tenner on it. Nice.
Well, I'm going there. I'll be at the empty ad tomorrow for the game. Before
early start for you, yeah.
Early start. I've got an interview with TNT at 11 o'clock, broadcast at 11:30. So if you want to throw some abuse at the television set, you'll be able to watch me prior game at 11:30. Hopefully this time I won't be pissed like I was in Bilbao, which was rather embarrassing. Listen, when you get to the fan park at 12:30 and they ask you to meet them at 8 o'clock at night before a game like that, you're only going to get one result.
Good luck. Thank you very much, Bantry. Good to see you, mate. Appreciate you very much. Listen, we'll be doing the predictions a bit later on. But thank you very much. Good luck with the bet as well, my man. And Blake L was also coming with a super sticker. Choo to you, Blakey. We love you, my man. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very, very much indeed. Has Meatball Marinara lost his mind? Listen, you never know with Ange, do you? Like, he might smash it, or he might absolutely something's going to smash anyway. Let's be entirely honest. A lot of plates, but thank you very much. Johnny, let's take our little dance across to the transfer news, views, and clues shall we?
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Get the Tottenham. I don't want to spend too long talking about Tottenham today, but let's just get it out of the way because it is in the title. Savio. Yeah. Tottenham are expected to make another, probably the final attempt tomorrow after the game. Apparently, talks are scheduled with the agents and the representative of both clubs. Pep Guardiola came out this morning in his pre-match press conference and said, look, I don't know, when asked about Savio and about Nathan Akanji. And he said, I don't know. They're our players for now. We'll see. Something might change. A few things might change, I think is what he said. But we'll see. So a little bit more promising with regards to Tottenham's pursuit of that winger. Surely Tottenham can't spend any more time waiting around for clubs that might end up just wasting our time, like it seems to have been the path of the course at the moment. Johnny, do you think we're going to get Savio in?
Listen, I don't know we're edging or pushing, Sean.
Yeah, they never know. Never know anymore.
Actually, let's bring up Jammer, Sean. Let's have a look at
Jammer.
him. There you go. There he is. Johnny, the biggest clown, Johnny, the man in the know when actually he knows nothing and gets his info from a fortune cookie. Jammer, if only you knew who I knew and what I knew, then you'd understand that I'm no clown. And what I've got to say is actually factual, mate. But you'd be the clown if you knew. And those that do know me know that it's not bullshit. But thanks for popping in. Don't bother coming back.
I can absolutely vouch for the fact that Johnny does know his best mate is the guy who is at CAA. Oh, sorry, I should have said that. Right. Sorry. But Johnny does know a thing or two. But because he actually knows a thing or two, he can't always say the things that.
Oh, I never said, Jammer, for your information, mate. And I'm just going to tell you one more time. Never, ever did I say Eze was signing for a fact. In fact, I was the guy when they were reporting he was signing, said no.
That's true.
He's not signing, right? So you're just an idiot, mate. Bugger off.
You know what? Yeah, we'll get rid of you, mate.
There you go.
We'll get rid of you, mate. We don't like people around here who are donuts. See you later. Anyway, mate. Anyway, for those of you listening on audio, we just had a spat with the audience. That's what we do. You know, it's an interactive chat. It's an interactive show. But listen, I can vouch 100%. I've got no dog in the fight, obviously, but I can vouch 100% that Johnny does know, specifically with certain players and certain things. He does know what's going on. So, and Johnny absolutely told everybody when they were saying it was done. Johnny was coming out saying it's not done. I think I would know, and he was right about that. So, you know,
no one wanted it more done than me. I've followed this signing. Followed Eze since 16 when he was at Millwall. That's how close I've been with it along the line. But anyway, that ship has sailed, long gone. Savio, right? I mean, look, I think Savio, I think he's the player, Sean, that the Spurs fans desperately need, and I think that Levy desperately needs to really win back some of the fan base. It doesn't do it all, but it definitely gets the juices flowing again. And I think anything less than a Savio signing is underwhelming.
I'll be entirely honest with you, mate. Like, I don't know if it's like I've been in a bad mood the last week generally about loads of things, but like I said the whole time, as much as I was never on board Eze as much as you were. I love the player, and I think the fan base loves the player. Everyone loves him. I very much admire the footballer, but I was looking at that squad thinking for a Thomas Frank system in the 10, if you're going to also go, and get a left winger, I was never that mad about it. And so, like, I'm disappointed it didn't happen because we needed something to happen. But I'm not as angry as everybody else is. And then when it comes to Savio, I'm very, very much love the player as well. But I tell you what, mate, I don't think that there's any chance in a million years he is worth anything like what we're paying for him. No. If we get him. I think we are going to have our pants pulled down in an entirely different way than how we've had our pants pulled down. This is the summer of our pants being pulled down. As long as the weather's nice, it's not such a problem. But it feels like we're going to get our pants pulled down on this one as well, or we're going to waste a lot of time on it because, as you correctly say, Levy's PR right now is in the mud, and consequently, he needs it. I just really hope that he's not the guy that's leading the negotiation, because I feel like it's gonna be like old habits die hard, mate. And I just don't see him. I don't see him being willing to sort of just go, oh, okay, just have the money. I need this one. Just get it done. You know, I feel like someone else needs to take the reins on this one in a massive way so that he can just sort of step back and suffer the frustrations of overpayment, because he knows he's overpaying for it. He knows he's overpaying.
Look, I think he's going to need Anasol by the time this transfer window ends, because he really is, because he's been rogered that badly by so many. I mean, look, the more
now you wonder why the revenue, the ad revenue, the ad numbers coming down.
Well, listen, Ainge Sol is a very well-known brand, right? It's a well-known brand. Everyone, I never mentioned Vagisil. I never think he said he needed Vagisil. But listen, Ainge Sol, well-known brand. For those of a sore backside, listen, at the end of the day, look, we got our pants pulled down, the embarrassment with Morgan Gibbs White, and now it's happened again. Are we gonna get led to the garden path with Savio and at the last minute say, you know what, no, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. There's only one club that can be more embarrassed than us with their transfer business, is that's if Spurs go and get Paqueta, who I'd love to see.
Newcastle, I think Newcastle or West Ham both as bad.
Yeah, Newcastle and West Ham, but I think Paqueta really gives us that 10. I mean, Kudos and Paqueta, who played together, right? You put those two together with the Savio on the left hand side. That for me would be a very good transfer window, without any doubt. You know,
and I think you can, you could probably go and get Paqueta for like 50, and if you end up going and paying 70 or whatever it is, 75 for Savio, I still maintain it's wildly over the top. But whatever, it is what it is. An emergency transfer time. You probably then still do have enough time to potentially go and get yourself someone else in a different part of the pitch where we're still short. Although Thomas Frank did say today, he said he's very confident we're going to bring in a player.
A player now.
He said a player. He said a player. Yeah. I didn't hear it. I've just read the quote. So context obviously is key, but he didn't say players. He said a player. I'm very confident we are going to bring in a player. He also said just quickly. He also said that Richarlison is his boy, and that he's his number 9, and that there's nothing else to see there. So,
like I said to you, remember? Oh, by the way, Jammer, well, you're not here because you got thrown out. But
still watching, typing away, but no one sees.
Yeah, still watching somewhere. But for your information, Jammer, that I actually told people when that news broke that it was a load of twaddle and it will never happen. Or it was not. It would never happen. It was not going to happen. One player is not going to be enough. Sean, do you think we're going to have this conversation as we near the end of the transfer window and we haven't got a left-sided winger, that Thomas Frank, we see Thomas Frank saying, I've been very impressed these last couple of days with Manor Solomon. And we feel that he's been so impressive that we feel like we won't need to buy anyone out on that left-hand side between Manor and Matthias Tell. Are we going to get that? Are we going to get? I know.
Possibly, and if we do, then you know it's club narratives, right? But I tell you what, I had to come to this stark realization today that I thought if Manor Solomon is fit, I know he's not fit yet, but if he was fit for the Bournemouth game and we still hadn't signed anybody, there's an argument to say that Manor Solomon is our best left winger at the football club.
100%.
And that is absolutely shocking.
Well, listen, look. The thing is, he's nippy, he's tricky, and he scores goals, right? From the edge of the box, inside the box, and outside the box, and he can cross the ball. So listen. Let's wait and see. I know. Look, we would like to see a signing. Listen, Sean, while we're here in the UK, let's hop on to the expensive place. Let's hop over there.
Before we do, we've got one other story that we're talking about, which is Tottenham, but it also is Liverpool related. And that is that there is stories out there regarding Rodrygo, and that Tottenham have apparently tried to have talks with Real Madrid regarding a loan bid for the guy for a year with a significantly hefty loan fee.
12 million, was it?
I think 12 or 13 minutes, something like that. Yeah, is what the noise is saying. I don't know if it's true or not, obviously, but apparently also Liverpool have come in and since they've heard that Tottenham are talking there now, so we're going to end up getting gazumped as well. But we're getting absolutely rogered left, right, and centre, aren't there? There's not enough Ainge Sol in any Boots chemist anywhere in the country for the amount of.
If you are a representative for Ainge Sol, we are available for sponsorship at the moment. We are looking for sponsorship. Yeah, I mean, been rogered this transfer window. You need Ainge Sol, yes.
I'm going to make a jingle. I'm going to make a jingle for it. In fact, let me just. This Rodrygo one, mate? Is this the perfect time to bring out this jingle?
No chance this happens, and you wanna know why? Last time I checked, baby pigs don't fly.
Yeah, I think there's a little chance. I love the way they try to speak to them. They've been calling. Hello, yes, Johan Lang here. I don't know what happened, Daniel. I've been calling them for 2 days. All I'm getting is an answer phone. Yeah, of course you are, because no one's interested. I mean, look, Rodrygo. Yeah, I don't know what you want to do. You can stay here or you can go to Spurs. What do you fancy?
Well, he's not playing at Real Madrid, though, is he? And it's a World Cup.
He's not. Listen,
he's had 0 starts in the last 12 games for them. So,
yeah. I mean, his numbers. I mean, listen, I don't believe he's worth 90 million in any shape, way, or form. His numbers do not reflect that price, in my opinion. I mean, we get carried away with Rodrygo. If his name was Barry Smith, right, those numbers would be, very underwhelming. So, not for me.
Could you then call him Rodryginho? Because apparently Savio and Savino's just like the little, like the nickname that people call, like Shawnee rather than Sean. So if Ino's on it, could we call Rodryginho? I think that would be what I'd be putting on the back of my shirt. Just last thing, mate, before we move away from Tottenham, have you seen the stories that apparently Johan Lang has been? People were saying he went on holiday, went on a scouting mission. Apparently, he's also being essentially pushed aside, and they're expecting Fabio Paratici to come back in as a full-time role just after the window closes. So he'll be back in business for January.
What I mentioned again, are you watching? Again, is he still watching, the guy we banned? Because I told you before that he's being set aside purely from the point of view that Spurs cannot be associated with someone who might be found guilty in a civil court case again. So he'll be waiting. But he was out, funny enough, to watch Tromso, and he was watching Abubakar Sedi Kinte. Try saying that when you've had a couple of drinks. Benfica scouts were in attendance. He's a centre-back. So whether or not, because Spurs really need another centre-back, but apparently he's being watched. He looks an absolute monster. I'm looking at him. I can't believe they're saying he's 18 years of age. It looks about 30. There used to be a thing when a lot of the Africans came in that about the passport situations where you had sort of the telling coming into academy and saying they're 15 and 16 years of age, although they looked about 25. But they've managed to get round that one now. So that's not happening. Actually, someone in the chat, I'm not sure who you were, made a very good point. We say Savio desperately needs minutes to get back in the Brazil squad. The same must apply for Rodrygo.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, he's exactly the same.
Sorry, I missed that. So he needs it as well. So I just can't see him coming to Spurs. I can see him going to an Arsenal because they need more players, or Liverpool, or Man City.
I still don't think he plays that much for Liverpool. Does he start for Liverpool?
Tough to see,
I think he goes, if he's desperate for minutes, I think one of Savio or Rodrygo comes to Tottenham. I really do. I hope so. And I don't care if Tottenham overpay this time because, it's. I think you can't set the precedent of just overpaying all the time because then there's collateral damage and there's opportunity cost and all that stuff. But for one of them, even if I don't care if you put down 15 million euros for a loan fee and then have like the option to pay the other 70 pending on whether Rodrygo likes it. I'm also okay, by the way, doing a loan thing with Savio. If Manchester City don't want to let him go because, they think he's going to be a worldie or whatever, I'm also okay doing a loan fee with Savio if he can't get the minutes at Manchester City. And even then, Manchester City then have the right to say that you can't play against Tottenham because there's every chance that we'll meet Manchester City. Sorry, that you can't play against Manchester City because there's every chance we'll meet them either in the Champions League at some point if we get out of the group stages, the league stages, or in any of the other two cups. And of course, they got to play us back at Tottenham later on this season. So I wouldn't be surprised to see loans. I think loans are actually the best way to go, if I'm entirely honest. I think every transfer should be a loan deal in an ideal world before you buy. I know you wanted to go to to Saudi, mate. Let me just quickly get the super chats out of the way whilst we're still in England. Phil Harriman, big up to you, my man. He says, banning that Muppet is worth a couple of quid.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Phil. Thank you very much, mate. Very nice of you. Slip End Koi says, love your content, guys. Keep going. Appreciate you, Slip and Koi. Is that a fishing thing? Slip End Koi? Or is that a different way of spelling koi? Not sure. But thank you very much, mate. Appreciate the feedback.
Koi carp.
Very grateful.
Koi carp, maybe.
Koi carp, potentially, yeah. Where do you want to go? We want to go to Saudi, do we?
Yeah. Just.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
You said, yeah, just, and then I'll cut you off.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're off to Saudi Arabia for the next part of the show.
Yeah, Amadou Onana.
Ooh.
Bit of a shot, yeah. Al Ali have added midfielder Amadou Onana to their prime target list. They said it's not easy to get the deal done. But what do we think, Sean? Does it smell? Can you smell anything? Aston Villa, Saudi. What do you think?
Amadou Onana. Isn't he? Oh, sorry, he was at Everton. Now he's at Villa. Sorry, I'm with you now. Sorry, I was thinking. I thought you were talking about Onana from Manchester United for a second.
No.
The other way. He's leaving Aston Villa.
No, they're looking to make a bid for him. Ali. Now, we know the relationship. We keep mentioning it between the Egyptian owner of Aston Villa and the Saudis. John Duran, 75 million.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it. Could this be another one with Amadou Onana?
100%. It's FFP PSR all over, isn't it? Because apparently Villa really want to sign Nicholas Jackson.
Correct.
They can't do that yet because of their PSR issues. And guess what? Chelsea can't sign Xavi Simons or Garnacho yet. You know, we're wondering why that's all gone quiet. Well, it's because the specific rules of UEFA's. In fact, I've got the article here. Let me read this out to you. It's quite interesting, right? Someone actually sent it to me.
While you're getting that, I would just say, because basically, for those who don't know, Aston Villa got a very good relationship with the Saudis. Chelsea, who are owned by Blue Lake Capital, one of their largest shareholders in Blue Lake Capital is the Saudi PIF fund. So you might have seen a deal done, swap between Chelsea and Aston Villa to balance players out who were worth $2 bob to balance PSR, but it doesn't work. Go on, Sean, you read that one out. This is
about Xavi Simons and Garnacho. Why haven't they been moved yet? And the answer here, this is from ESPN. The situation is complicated by compliance with UEFA's punishment for breaching profitability and squad cost limits. Very simply, Chelsea have to turn a profit in their List A transfer balance. That relates to the squad cost for those players selected in last season's Conference League. So it's it's not just squad A, it's just relating to that particular squad. So, for example, João Felix's departure to Al Nassr does not count, but Noni Madueke's to Arsenal does. A failure to do so will mean new signings can't be registered for this season's Champions League. That means not only do the club need to make space in their squad numerically, but they must satisfy this accountancy rule before looking to add new players. It's a leading reason why they haven't yet moved for Xavi Simons, Man United winger Garnacho, despite holding a firm interest in both. Moving on Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku would help, as per the regulations. The problem is, mate, is that they're trying to move on Nicholas Jackson to a club that has their own FFP and PSR issues. So it's one big giant. You know what it is, mate? It's time for another jingle. Sorry for everyone who hates the jingles, but when stories like this pop up, you have to just do the dance.
It's all about the PSR. It's all about the FFP. It's all about the loopholes. It's all about the money.
It's all, you're replicating that dance, right? Are you sure you weren't in that suit, mate?
No, that wasn't me in the suit. I have no knowledge. Look, the thing is that Sean and I, before the transfer window started, said we expected to see deals between Aston Villa and Chelsea. Chelsea and Saudi, Villa and Saudi, to help them balance the FFP and PSR. We also expected Newcastle to get involved, and we saw that. How did we see that? When Jacob Ramsey was forced out the club, with Newcastle paying well over the odds of £46 million for Jacob Ramsey as a homegrown. That massively helps Aston Villa with their numbers. So I think we're going to see a lot of jiggery pokery going on, and I expect potentially a lastminute.com deal with Saudis there. So keep an eye out for inter-club deals with Chelsea, Villa, Newcastle, and any club in Saudi Arabia right now.
Let's quickly pivot back to the where's my notes here? Sorry, mate. Let me just grab my notes again. I've just lost my page. Here we go. Other transfer stories, man. That's a fascinating one, isn't it? Like Newcastle, it's so jiggery pokery. It's unbelievable. By the way, Chelsea have secured a 40% sell-on clause on Renato Vega's move to Villarreal. By the way, so like not only do they get a good price for the guy, they've also got pretty much half of his future value as well. They do not find a way, don't they? I reckon half of the conversations are, look, take one off us now, and we'll include you in our little kind of cartel that we're building up in the background. You know,
it's eBay. Like it's a deal. It's this week's flavour of the month. Come in and buy Chukwuemeka, and we will give you 2 players for the price of 1, as long as we get a sell-on clause. Listen, I've never known in all the years I've been watching football, and I've been watching football a long time, the trading and the backwards and forwards and the acquisition of players and the selling of players and the positioning of, the second club like is going on right now, right in front of our eyes. And the authorities know it's going on. Are they turning a blind eye?
Richard Masters is a joke. Richard Masters, absolute disgrace.
It's honestly, Chelsea will hold talks with Borussia Dortmund today as the 2 clubs trying to finalise Carney Chukwuemeka and Aaron Asimino. The plan is for Chukwuemeka to join permanently for 20 million, while Asimino will just be there on loan with no buy option. That's according to Fabrizio Romano. And as you said, Nicholas Jackson is definitely set to lead Chelsea, with big involvements taking place. Newcastle and Bayern Munich have both been in contact again, while Aston Villa are very keen because obviously Unai Emery worked with him before at Villarreal. So that relationship is pretty strong. One player they still haven't got out. I'm wondering whether he could go to somewhere like Fulham because he wants to stay in London. Is Raheem Sterling. I can't see him at Palace.
No.
Fulham, Sean, what do you reckon?
Yeah, Fulham always happy to take on
West Ham, maybe. West Ham, maybe.
Possibly. Just quickly on the West Ham story. If Tottenham were looking to make a move for Akliouche or anyone else was, they want to be quick because West Ham have offered 16 million euros and 3 in add-ons for defensive midfielder Sungutu Magassa from Monaco. Don't know too much about him, but it's difficult for these teams to be able to find replacements. And so if Monaco end up losing him and also Akliouche, that's their midfield kind of essentially ripped apart, isn't it? Or not their midfield, but like their defensive and their right winger who drifts in. Like they're going to need to work super hard. But yeah, I think that Sterling will end up staying in London and maybe going to one of those teams. I think Fulham would be the most likely one. Just super quick, Johnny. We got Roy in the background. So Roy, I'll be bringing you in shortly, mate. Thank you very much. What's that?
When do you want to bring him in?
I'll bring him in a couple of minutes. I've just got my other screen open right now. I'm just looking at these stories quickly. Santiago Jimenez, a player that we were linked with a couple of years ago, who ended up going to Milan, is actually now potentially going to be leaving Milan and going to Sporting as part of Milan's double bomber. They're trying to do for Conrad harder. It's harder than you look to get him out of Sporting when you're dealing with Varandas. And they also did, of course, that move for Victor Boniface last week, or a couple of days ago, from Labour.
No, that one's. I'm not even sure because it's been verbally agreed. The striker would join for 5 million loan plus 24 million buy option clause. but it's not mandatory, and a potential contract until 2030 also done. The Bayer Leverkusen striker now needs to take his medical and sign his contract. Others were interested in the deal. I mean, is someone going to nip in and do a Tottenham Hotspur and he'll jump out the window, or do you think
Probably,
that one?
mate. Probably, mate. It feels that way, doesn't it? It feels that way a lot right now. A lot of shenanigans going on. Big up to you, Roy. I'm going to come to you in just a second, mate. Johnny, in other news, mate, the story I wanted to bring to your attention. Have you seen this one? Manchester United have promoted 14-year-old wonder kid, JJ Gabriel, to train with the first team after Amorim was impressed by his performances. At the same time, Amorim has just said, look, I know it's difficult and we don't really want these. It's not a good thing to have players in this situation, but it's clear that they want to play in a different club. He's talking about Sancho, Alejandro Garnacho, Tyrell, Malacia, and Anthony. So he wants to get rid of 4 players and he's bringing up a 14-year-old. I mean, the 14-year-old is probably not even allowed to have TikTok, is he? I'm not sure what the age of consent is on that, or the age of verification is.
Sure. I'm not sure,
Why?
but I hope he asked his mum, number one. And number two, I'm sure that Jim Ratcliffe has said, well, we can come in, but we can't give him a packed lunch. No packed lunch for him, right?
Make sure he gets his milk.
Yeah,
gets his half a pint of milk every day.
Half a pint of milk, that's all you're getting from us. And tell your mum to bring a packed lunch. We got cost cutting to do here. I don't know. Tell me something. Do you think that they're going to try again one last time to try and get the Brighton boy? Are you a believer?
Maybe.
I
don't think he's leaving. I don't think he's leaving now. I think Brighton have got too much to go on. There's not enough time to find a replacement.
They can't.
We shall see. Johnny, is it time to do the?
It's time.
Let's bring him in. Roy, you're on mute, mate. How are you, buddy?
Hi guys. I'm good. Looking forward to this.
Have you got your 10 predictions?
Yes, they're ready here.
Have you also picked a goal scorer for the week? You can have anyone in the league apart from Salah, because Blaine selfishly took Salah off everyone's hands last week.
Okay. Yeah, I've got mine. You're gonna like him.
Okay,
fantastic. Let's start then, guys. Let's start. We're doing this right now. It's time for week 2 prediction time.
Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws. Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws.
All right, lads, ladies and gentlemen, please keep your comments flowing thick and fast. Let us know your scores in the chat as we go along. We're going to talk about each game for about sort of 90 seconds, couple of thoughts each from everybody. Let's start with tonight's game, a London derby. West Ham United versus Chelsea. Look, Johnny, I'll start with you, mate. West Ham having a terrible, terrible time of it right now. Not a lot of positive energy around the club. And Chelsea, a team on the up. What's your thoughts on the game?
Listen, West Ham, things you like to see. West Ham in the mud, struggling. Not my favourite team in the Premier League. I think that Chelsea, we've seen, have got far too much. Will have far too much, I believe, for West Ham. I think it will be feisty. Maybe a few players looking to maybe potentially get a move. You never know. Paqueta or anybody? Anyway, I'm going to go for West Ham 0, Chelsea 3.
Fair enough. Roy, how about you, my man? Let's kick us off for the chat. What were you saying and why?
I've got the same as Johnny there, actually.
Okay.
Well, by the way, I have to interrupt and take us somewhere else. Did you see, since you're Bodø/Glimt fans, did you see Bodø/Glimt Strømsgodset? Bodø/Glimt smashed them out of the park with 5-0, so they will be in Champions League.
Wow.
Most likely.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Another trip to Norway.
Yeah.
Norway. We're going back. Helga.
I can't wait to go back. Jordan and I love our trip to Bodo. Oh, yeah.
I'll go back to Bodo in a heartbeat, mate. I'll go and get that. Go and get that girl. Go and get my girl back. You never call me back. I miss her so much. So you're going for 3-0 as well. I have also gone for 3-0. So that's it's going to be difficult then to get any sort of separations there. I think everyone's going for the same result. Fair enough. Manchester City versus Tottenham. Roy, is the early game tomorrow, mate. Over to you, buddy. How do you see that game going?
I think we're gonna win 2-1, and Richarlison is gonna bring another 2 goals and keep the good work going.
Wow, big up to Richie. Big up to you, Johnny. How do you see it going, mate?
Listen, I know we got a fantastic record at the Etihad, but I do think that Man City looked back to their best of 2 seasons ago. Haaland looked fantastic. Reinders, Ryan Cherky, El Nouri, the flow seemed to be Man City of old. So I think it's going to be difficult, but somehow, even with all the players we got missing, I'm going to go for a Desmond 2-2.
Mate, you're killing me here, mate. Because I've also gone for a 2-2. I think that we're going to score first. And I think Tottenham are going to sort of catch him a little bit sleeping. And then they're going to take the possession. They'll eventually break us down, go 2-1. And then Pape Sarr is going to come back in the 89th, 90th minute. And he's going to score a banger. And we're all going to go absolutely mental. Johnny's going to be jumping up and down on his chair at the Etihad Stadium. 2-2, 2-2, and 2-1 to Tottenham. Big up, Roy, for the support for the team. Next up, we go to the 3 o'clocks on Saturday. Bournemouth versus Wolves. I have got... Johnny, are you copying me, mate, or what? No, I've gone for 2-1 to Bournemouth. And I've got Semenyo as my goal scorer. I just think, whilst, look, Wolves, I think they're a good team when they want to be. They weren't so spectacular last week, obviously, against City. But I think Bournemouth at home, very tough place. And despite Bournemouth losing so many of their players, they're also about to lose Sinistero as well, by the way. They're about to go on loan. Another player's leaving their club. But I'm going for 2-1 to Bournemouth. And I think it'll be more comfortable than the scoreline suggests.
Interesting for me. I'm hoping that Justin Kluivert comes back into the team. He was missing against Liverpool. Sean and I thought that Bournemouth may struggle at the back this season. Any team that's, sells Dean Huijsen, Zabani and Kirkes and Katara for over £200 million and still puts in a performance like that against Liverpool, only sort of coming good at the end with that Chiesa goal. I'm going to go 2-1 as well, Sean. That was my prediction. I think they, a couple more signings. They might surprise a few people. 2-1, I'm going. Roy?
I've got 1-1 there.
1-1.
Score draw.
I was wondering if Sean is playing safe here and just copying Johnny so that he can keep.
Yeah, I sent mine over, Roy. I think you know the game. I sent mine over. I should have been doing them from this end.
No. I did my predictions last Monday, or on Monday just gone. We'll get them out of the way. Burnley versus Sunderland. I'm going to go first as one because we actually got something a little bit different. I'm going for 2-1 to Sunderland, an away win. I just think Sunderland's team, the squad they put together, it looks balanced, it looks energetic, it looks experienced, and I wasn't that impressed with Burnley at Tottenham. So there might be different outfit at Turf Moor. Is it Turf Moor? It is, yeah. But 2-1 to Sunderland, and I think Sunderland are going to be very safe very early in this league. Roy?
I've got 1-0 for Sunderland.
0-1 Sunderland. Okay, nice. Quiet game. Not too much going.
Well, I have gone the same as Roy. I've gone Sunderland 1, Burnley 0. And that's mostly because Burnley had a very, very good defence last season. They'll be at home. But Granit Xhaka was immense in the last game. And I think they'll just have too much for Burnley. Even though they've made 13 signings, they didn't look to me that they were overly gelling at this stage. So I'm going to go for a 1-0. I did toy with the idea of 2-0, but no, I've gone for 1-0 to Sunderland.
All right, there you go then. Chance for this to be a bit of separation. Brentford versus Aston Villa. It's a tough start for the season for Brentford for me. And Villa look not as great away from home as they are at home, but against Brentford, I don't see there being too much other than a one-way sort of run of sort of momentum here. So I've gone for a 2-0 to Villa, I don't see Brentford scoring. I think Villa are going to be just comfortable and cruisy in this one. 4 points from 2 for Villa. Johnny?
I have gone for Aston Villa 2, Brentford 1, very much like you. They've got a very good record at home, Brentford. But I think Villa will be smarting from the 0-0 against Newcastle. And also, Konsa being sent off, he'll be missing. So I think they might be susceptible to a goal. But I do expect Villa to win. So I've gone for a 2-1 to Villa. Roy?
I've got 3-0 for Villa. I've got Ollie Watkins as captain and fantasy team, so I hope he smashed the hat-trick.
Yeah, very, very, very good choice for captain this week, I would have thought. Is it your choice, by the way? We'll do it at the end.
We'll do that at the end. Yeah, don't say it yet. Don't say it yet.
Do that at the end. Do that at the end. Okay, the next game, Arsenal versus Leeds United. I might as well go first. So I've gone Arsenal 2, Leeds 1. I'm quite impressed with Leeds, quite dogged. Weren't exciting. I think they're going to need maybe a striker. But I don't know. I just think that Arsenal's still finding themselves. I think they'll run up winners. But I'm going Arsenal 2, Leeds 1.
How about you, Roy?
I've got 3-0 for Arsenal. I think Gyökeres is going to make a statement at home.
Yeah, you know what, mate? I joined you on 3-0. I'm not sure about Gyökeres yet. I think he's going to need some time. I think you might be right. He might get a banger. You might even see Eze get some minutes as well. If the deal, I'm not sure if the deal sheet was complete in time today, but if it wasn't, then he won't be there. But if he is, you might see Eze come on and score, and that will just be salty, be very salty. But yeah, I've gone for 3-0 all day.
I think the coach drivers told them, do not stop off at McDonald's, do not go through the drive in on the way to the stadium. Gyökeres, no burgers before the game. He looks like he's had a few, that's for sure.
Is he chubby, is he?
He's a little bit, he's a bit leaden. He doesn't look match fit to me. I think it was all that arguing at Porto and maybe not training properly, but he'll be up to speed soon enough.
All right, Roy, I'll come to you next one, mate. Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest. Interesting game. Interesting.
Palace 1, Nottingham 2.
1-2 to Nottingham Forest. You think this is going to be Forest's last game? You think this is Nuno's last game in charge?
I don't know. That guy is crazy. He can do anything. I'm still pissed at him for denying Tottenham the Aberrachi deal.
Yeah. The Morgan Gibbs White deal, you mean?
You're right.
Yeah.
Marinakis came in and said no.
Yeah, Marinakis takes over everything. We always win. Johnny, what are you saying for the game, mate?
Listen, I think Palace will be smarting. They'll be upset with everything that's going on. They had the high of the cup final win, the high of the Charity Shield win, beating Liverpool again, and then the terrible news that one of their best players in years and years and years has decided to leave. I'm going to go 2-1 to Nottingham Forest, and I expect maybe one or two of their signings to really show their mettle on that game. Listen, Palace is a really difficult ground to win at. Great atmosphere always there, but I think Forest are going to run out winners. 2-1.
I've gone for an interesting one, not an interesting one for everyone else, but to me, I just thought that I made these predictions a few days ago, and but I went for a 1-1 out of sympathy to them because I thought Eberechi Eze was going to be our player. So now I'm tempted to change my scoreline, but actually no, I'm not. I'm sticking with 1-1, a score draw, and yeah, I think that for those reasons you just said, Johnny, I think they're a difficult place to play. And look, without Eze, they're going to struggle to win the game. If it hadn't been for that, I would have probably had Palace winning the game. But I still think they're difficult to break down. I really do. And I think if Forest have got all these players and Nuno's saying the players that we're signing are not really my type of players, then he's not going to know how to get the best out of them, is he? So, or at least not yet, if he's hanging around at all. So I've gone for 1-1 and I think it'll be probably an interesting game to watch though.
Well, I think, I just think that there's two absolutely firestorm games this weekend, and this is one of them because you got Marinakis versus Parish. They both hate each other. The fans down, definitely the Palace fans hate the Forest fans, and I think it's going to be a fiery, feisty, dirty, filthy game on Sunday. I'm looking forward to watching it. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, we know what the other one is. We know what the other filthy game could possibly be.
It's not Everton versus Brighton in all likelihood. I've gone for 1-1 on this one. I think it's going to be a very boring game. Everton still haven't got all of their players in that they wanted to get yet. They're linked with everybody, but they've got Jack Grealish. It'd be nice to see him get his debut. And I think Brighton are another team that I'm not sure where they're at right now. And so I think it'll be a good game, but a bit of a stalemate. So I'm going to go for one. Sorry, did I say good game? No, I think it'll be a boring game. And I think it'll be a stalemate. 1-1 is my prediction.
Roy?
I've got Everton 1, Brighton 2.
Ooh, interesting. Why do you think that, mate?
I think Everton is not solid at the back, and I think Brighton's just got enough to
get something past them, yeah?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Johnny boy?
I think this one could be edging or pushing Brighton's way. I'm gone for, even though Everton have made some good signings and he's very, very difficult to beat, this will be their first game at the new stadium. So obviously fans will be really excited. The atmosphere will be great. But I think that Brighton are going to come and ruin the party with a late goal. 1-0 Brighton.
1-0 Brighton. Okay. Fulham versus Manchester United. Tale of two teams that we're not entirely sure how good they are just yet. Manchester United were pretty good against Arsenal, but unfortunately unstuck. Not this time for me. I've gone 2-1 to Manchester United. I do think Fulham will score. I don't rate United's defence. And certainly not their goalkeepers. So you put a couple of shots on target, just test the waters at home at Craven Cottage, smaller pitch, and keep it tight. But ultimately, I think United are going to win 2-1. What about you, Johnny?
For me, I'm going to go 2-0 Man United. I nearly went 3-0. I've got to be honest with you. I think that attack is really, really exciting. And it took two fantastic saves from Raya and a lot of luck for Man United to lose that game last week. I expect them to be way too much for Fulham on the weekend. But I'm going to go for a 2-0. 2-0. And Brian Mbeumo finally getting off the mark.
Okie dokie. And I think then this is... Oh, sorry, Johnny. Roy, sorry. What's your score on the Fulham United game?
I've got 1-0 Fulham, and I think United going to still continue proving they can beat anyone. Still
I love that one, Roy. Love that one. Yeah, very good. Very good. Bit of Norwegian humour squeaking in there. Very good.
Yeah, they're going to continue to prove the point and get 0 points. Roy, I'll start with you on this one, mate. The big one, Newcastle versus Liverpool, the 4:30. Is this the Monday night game or is it Monday
night? Monday night.
Monday night. Wow, Monday night football. That's going to be spicy.
Fire and brimstone, this one.
Yeah.
What are we saying then, Johnny? Oh, sorry, Roy. Go on. Sorry, mate. Go.
I think Liverpool will win 3-1.
3-1. Okay. Who's scoring though? By the way, who do you think is that going to be? Is it Ekitike? Is it Salah?
Yeah.
Is it all of them?
Salah and Ekitike, I think.
Okay. Very cool, Johnny.
Well, I've gone Newcastle 1, Liverpool 3, exactly the same as Roy. Frimpong Ding Dong is injured and he's not there for till after the international break, potentially, which is a bit of a blow to them. And we already thought that their defence was a little bit shaky in the back. So I think they're going to...
the other right back as well, haven't they?
Yeah. So I'm thinking 3-1. Newcastle to score a goal with the Newcastle fans burning pictures effigies of Isak and singing a few songs to the Liverpool fans about you can have him.
It's going to be. Oh, of course. I was wondering why you were saying it was going to be so spicy. Now, of course, I forgot that. Of course. 2-2. I've gone for Desmond. I just think Liverpool defensively are vulnerable, and I think that Newcastle have still got enough about them, from Anthony Gordon to Elanga, through whatever sort of form or fashion they play. I think they've still got enough to cause some mischief. And I think that with Liverpool, I think Arne Slot came out and said you can't plan for losing both of your right backs. So I don't know what they're going to do. Is it Conor Bradley? Is he gone down as well? Then is it that must be their second right back, right?
Yeah.
It must be. Yeah. So if they've both gone down, then it'd be interesting to see how they figure it out. But that's on the side where Anthony Gordon is. So Anthony Gordon's going to have a lot of the ball, and on that basis, I think he might do well this weekend. So that's the 10 scoreline. So 2-2, 1-3, and 1-3. Now comes the fun bit. Who is your star player? Now, obviously, Jonny, you went for who did you have last week?
I had a fantastic pick last week. I picked Liam Delap, and I don't think he even played. Maresca, thanks very much, mate. Thanks very much.
Yeah, 100%. I had Ekitike, didn't I?
You did.
And the chat had Salah. This week, Roy, I'll let you go first, mate. You're picking for the entire chat here, and whoever's coming on week 3 to 38 doesn't get the same opportunity. So Salah's gone. Who's your pick?
I pick Richie. I think he's going to continue his insane form, and I think the things he've got involved in during the SA deal here, I think it's going to ignite him and continue his streak. He's a streak player, and I think he can continue this for a while.
I just want to see how the chat are reacting. How's the chat reacting to Roy's pick of Richie? They haven't made any comments yet. They're giving their own ones. Evan Nilsson, Gokares and Bumo, Cunha, Pedro from Chelsea, Palmer. Yeah. Interesting. Jonny, who have you gone for, mate?
I've gone for double Whopper cheeseburger, Victor Gyökeres.
Interesting.
That's probably smart.
Is it as smart as my one though? Because I've gone for the guy who plays off the right hand side. Who I might have to change it.
There you go. Here we go. Steward's inquiry. VAR.
Change it.
VAR.
I'm going to go for Semenyo at Bournemouth.
Okay, there you go. Good choice, Sean. Good choice against.
I had Saka, and then I was like, wait a minute. Saka's only scored like 3 goals in like 25 games or something crazy, isn't he? So he's not quite the guy he used to be. I'm going for Semenyo, Gyökeres, and also Richarlison. The chat's has had a spanner throw. But listen, it's good news. It's good news because whoever's the next 36 people to come on, they haven't got to pick him again.
There's plenty of players to choose from, guys. Don't worry, whoever's up next. Roy, it's been a pleasure having you on board, and thank you very much for your support since we started. I know you've been there since the start, Roy. There in Norway, much appreciated, and no doubt we'll be having other members' shows and things that you'll hopefully be part and parcel of. So thanks very much.
Appreciate you so much, Roy. We'll let you drop off, mate. Thanks again, buddy. Speak to you soon.
Thanks very much, Roy. Thanks to everyone.
Good luck.
Cheers, Thank you, Roy. Cheers, buddy.
Absolute legend there. We've got some super chats we've got to go through. Where did we get to? I think we get this one here. This is from Gamel Smurf, also from Norway. The Norwegian. We got some Norwegian.
Norwegian invasion.
Norwegian invasion. The Vikings. At work, they think why I sing of Saudi and Turkey. Oh, wait. What is it?
He's singing the jingles. I'm glad it's not just us, guys, because, I mean...
Those jingles are insane. Yeah, I get in my ear and they stay with me all day, every day. Yeah. Thank you very much, Gamel Smurf. What a name as well. Appreciate you very much indeed. And the sky has fallen. We're off to Australia. Big up to you, my man. He says, Ange Sol or Ain't a Solomon.
I,
More relief than grief.
very good.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Thank you very much for the super chat there as well, the Sky Spawn. I appreciate you, mate. Johnny, is there anything else before we round off, mate?
Yeah, no, I've got more, Sean.
Okay, let's keep going then.
Crystal Palace have added Villarreal's Jeremy Pino to their list of possible targets to replace Eberechi Eze. They still haven't done the deal for El Canoes.
Yeah.
Hope he's not going to come to us. But Chelsea are looking to rival, this is an interesting one, Everton for Tyler Dibbling. Now they've got the money for Eberechi Eze.
Who's going to rival him? Oh, Palace.
Crystal Palace, yeah.
Oh, that could make sense.
Yeah, could do, couldn't it? Because they may be
Tell you
trying.
what, though, if you're replacing a player that you've got sold for 65 million, and you're giving up 80% of that for Tyler Dibbling, a lot of pressure on his shoulders, eh?
A lot of pressure, but I think it's good enough. Juventus. Okay, there's two story here that have been running since Sean and I started Football Inc. Anything can happen now with Dusan Vlahovic towards the end of the window. The situation at Juventus has become complex and extremely volatile, according to Alfredo Padula. Look, things are boiling over at Juventus. They're desperate to get rid of players. They're desperate to get players in. And one of the longest running sagas of the summer transfer window, Randall Kolo Muani is said to be extremely frustrated with the Juventus travel saga dragging on and on, with the deal with PSG looking extremely complicated. I mean, is that going to result in like, hey, you might want to go there, but they ain't got the money, and we're not going to end up with mud on our face and you back at PSG or going for a song? You say Juve have also been in touch about Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson, but in case they can't manage to sign Kolo Muani. Well, there's no way. If they can't sign Kolo Muani, there's no way they're doing Nicholas Jackson. Not a chance. I can't.
Could Jackson be a loan deal, do you think, maybe? Like that Victor Boniface that's just gone to Milan, that's only a 5 million loan fee with a 28 million option for a cracking player. I think you're going to see more and more and more of these loan fees because people are so worried about FFP, PSR for the UEFA and all that stuff. They're just going to be kicking the can and like trying to figure out ways to, to maneuver around the problems over the. You can't see it, no?
No, I just can't. I just can't see it. What I could see happening as a make-weight, should it happen, Liverpool are looking to use Federico Chiesa as part of their bid to Newcastle for Alexander Isak, while a host of Serie A clubs are also eyeing up the Reds' Italian winger.
He only came out last week and said he said he wanted to stay. He said he was delighted. I'm pretty sure Arne Slot said, "Yeah, look, we love him. If he's happy here, we're happy to have him next week." Sorry, lad.
Well, look what happened to Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey was bundled in the back of a car and sent off to,
Tyrone. They're like cattle, these players at times.
I mean, look, Tyrone Mings put that tweet out, which I'm sure didn't go down very well with the Aston Villa hierarchy. Yeah. Don't even get me started. It ain't what you think, is what he said, basically. Manchester City and PSG have been working intensely now to try and reach some sort of agreement over Donnarumma, with there being a strong willingness on both parties to try and get the deal done. Maybe the fee involved here could hinder their ability potentially to maybe get Rodrygo in or others in. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see. But there's quite a lot of movement at Manchester City. Another player who wasn't mentioned at all until yesterday and today is Nathan Ake, which is a bit of a surprise to me. His future could be in some doubt as Everton are showing strong interest in signing the Dutch international.
He's a good player, mate. He's a really good player, Nathan Ake. Really, really. I think he's getting on a bit now, isn't he? Let's have a look. How old is he? I think did we do this yesterday? Is he 29? I forget.
Yeah.
He's 30, yeah. But like, he's got so much experience. He's versatile as they come. can play basically anywhere across the back four if needed. Like he's a very, very talented player. To have stayed in the Man City squad as long as he has, like if he does get a move to Everton, I'll be entirely honest, mate. Like I'd take him at Tottenham as a to be that kind of like additional fullback, additional centre back fullback guy that you need. There's no problem with his competence.
I can't see Ake and Akanji leaving. What's his name? Signed a new contract, didn't he? Forgotten his name now. Who was it that signed a new contract? Their other centre back.
Their other centre back.
Man City's. Trying to think now.
Guardiola, Akanji.
No, Kanji's the one that could be leaving.
Sorry.
It'll come back to me. Diaz, yeah. He signed a new contract.
Yeah.
Manchester United are linked, looking at Lucien Agame, the Sevilla midfielder, as an alternative to Carlos Baleba. Well, they're obviously not.
Gume's another really good player. Well, he's a talented player. I because we were linked with him earlier on in the summer. I did a Y scout on him, and I thought he was. I don't think he's ready for the Premier League, but a lot of people seem to think he's a monster six, and I'm like, maybe he is, maybe he will be. But what I saw of him, I was like, I don't think he's ready yet, personally. But I know he's incredibly talented and incredibly highly rated.
He's certainly not 100 million pounds, so you know it's a good one. One player who's offered to cut his salary, he's done everything, unlike many of the other players at Manchester United, to get out the club. He's still not gone. Anthony still wants to join Real Betis, and he's pushing for Manchester United to accept an offer to let him return to his former loan side in a permanent deal this summer. The player is making every move to try and accommodate the deal. He's taken a wage drop. Real Betis don't have a lot of money. They're trying everything they can. What do Man United do? Because no one else is taking him, are they?
Yeah, no one else is interested in him, are they? I don't know. I mean, so what's the hold up? Is it so he's offered to take a wage cut to make the move, but is it Batista saying they haven't got the money? Is that what it is? Is that the problem?
Yeah, they don't have the money. He's cut his wage. They want to do a permanent deal. He wants the deal. But
he's got a year left on his contract, or two.
I'm not sure. I think it might be 2. I'm not sure. Top of my head. It's big money they've wasted.
I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do there. You know, like Manchester United will have to, if they want him gone, they'll have to figure out a solution, right? But you know,
it's quite funny. Alfredo Oscarson in the chat has said, Ake Akanji, Fernando Ferrandino, are Man City cloning people? Very good. Another player that they're linked with, Angelo Stiller, is still one of the names on Manchester United's list of transfer targets, with internal discussions taking place as the club continues to assess options in that position. That's according to Ben. I sometimes get it right, Jacobs.
Yeah. He's a very good player, Angelo Stiller. Very, very highly rated. A lot of people think he's getting on a bit though, don't he? He's 24. But I've always thought of him as like a young buck, but I didn't realize he was 24. But very talented at Stuttgart. Stuttgart got a couple of players, mate. Stuttgart, you know, if they end up losing Stiller and also Voltemade, then I don't know where they go to replace in the last sort of week and a half. You know, time is running short, Johnny boy. Time is running short.
Well, Man United, talk about over the age, Adrian Rabiot is being offered to Manchester United in a cut price deal. I can't see any way. Ruben Amorim would just be, if 1 week in, he'll be going, get rid of that clown. Get rid of him. And put his mum.
It's such a shame. He's such a good player when he's up for it. He's a brilliant player.
He said he'll only sign if his mum can sit on the bench. Dear. And last one, Jadon Sancho could still join Roma. Listen, he's having an absolute mare at the moment, trying to of that club, big time. Just returning to Spurs quickly, Nico Paz apparently is still one that we've got to keep an eye out on. He's on the radar of numerous clubs, even though he's said his desire is to go back to Real Madrid. I'll tell you what section, Sean, that we need to just pop back to is the our other clubs section quickly.
It's that time once again. It's time to check in. We're going round the world to all our second teams.
Big game tonight, guys. Start the Bundesliga. My club. My club. Bayern Munich at home, reigning champions against RB Leipzig. The Bundesliga opens with the title favourites versus the European contenders, although it's not obvious to me, as a Leipzig fan, exactly who will be playing, who's left that we haven't sold. Openda should start for us. I'm not sure whether Xavi Simons will start for us. I hope he does. But it's a big one. And your team, Roma.
Yep.
Roma, they are playing Bologna at home. Can't wait to see how Gasparini's Roma plays. They've got some really fun, great talent thrown into the stat farming system. I think they're going to have a good season.
Do we get to watch just quickly? Do we get to watch RB Leipzig and Bayern Munich on Mark Goldbridge's YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think
that's
it will be
wild, isn't it? That's so wild.
That's the way it's going. Please God by us, Sean. In years to come, we will have the Congolese First Division. Congolese First Division team, the exclusive rights.
What is this? What is this YouTube?
Well, my team, going as my team, we've got a nice easy start. Cremonese. We are away to AC Milan. I believe that's on. I think it's on Saturday. Evening kickoff. So if you've got nothing to do, go and watch Milan destroy and have Cremonese all over the place. Cremonese everywhere. They got beaten. They're already out the cup. Our cup run. I had hope that we might get a cup run somehow or other, but unfortunately, we haven't got that. I'm not sure. Hang on a second. Who to Hamburg? Sorry, I beg my pardon. Because Hamburg will be playing. So let me just quickly check who Hamburg will be playing in the Bundesliga. Let's have a look. Maybe you're playing on Sunday. Let's have a look again.
Hamburg.
Your club.
Taking on, they've got Mönchengladbach.
Are you at home?
No, we're away from home. In Bavaria. Right. Ja, like Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Schweinhund.
Where are your papers?
Where are your papers? No entry into the ground. Without your papers. Listen, you better be wearing I'll be wearing this tonight to watch the game. Maybe I should post a bit. Maybe I should do a report after the game if I'm allowed to watch it. I'm already in trouble for doing streaming with you.
Well, listen, I'm in trouble for streaming with me too. You know, it's the way it works. Apparently,
guys, if you're in the chat and if you're enjoying the show and you haven't hit the subscribe button, guys, please hit the subscribe button. Come on,
smash the granny out of the like button whilst you're there.
Yeah,
and we will see you lot. Oh, we've got another super chat, by the way. Thank you very much, James from AED. Is that Dirham? I think. Is that amazing? Is that the Dirham? It might be out in the Emirati. I think it might be. Sean, what are your thoughts on Akanji and Simons to Spurs? I'd take both of them.
Yeah,
I like Akanji. Big fan of him. Versatile as well. Very handy player. And I'd certainly take. I'd love Xavi Simons, but you know, I think that. He's already set his heart on Chelsea, but it would be lovely if we could go and gazump Chelsea. Chelsea fans wouldn't even know he's arrived. Like, another one. Put him in. I think there's some room at the back. I think there's some room
at the back. Barry, bring one of them. Can you bring out one of them right wingers we got at the back? Left wing. Yeah.
Hello, Todd. Can you come down here and sign, man? We got a special pack. Yeah, it's another one. Yeah. What was it? Apparently, he's a 10. Yeah, shove them in the back with the rest.
We ain't got any room. Tell Odd Bowley, right? We got to get rid of a few. I can't store these lot. I got no room.
Someone give Strasbourg a call. Strasbourg is supposed to be here to pick them up. We need a couple more. Guys, just quickly, before we round off, how long have you got? An hour and a half, Johnny, before the Fantasy League thing is shut?
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, if you are interested in joining, we closed it and then we opened. Thank you very much, James, for the super chat. By the way, I would definitely take both of them, but I don't think either of them are going to happen. You got a couple of hours or whatever it is. Whenever the deadline shuts tonight, that's it. It's the final close. It's the final countdown. So you have to. If you haven't done it already and you want to play, then get yourself involved. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Honestly, we could not have. We couldn't do this show without you guys. You're very much part and parcel of the show. Sean and I love doing it. We're on lots of Sean's. We're on different shows, but this one is really where our heart is. To be truthful with you, it's properly growing, and the reason why we like it is we're across all fan bases, and we're discussing everything football. And we're glad you're here to share it with us. And just to say, if you are on the audio, our audio game is very, very poor. Sean, if you whack that link in to the audio, please. Guys, just
I'll get it now, mate.
All you got to do is click on the link. If you're on Spotify or you're on Apple, just click on the link and hit follow. And if you just scroll down, there's a review button. Just put 5 and just hit the review. Very simple, very quick. It means the world to us if you could do that. We're pretty. I think we got another.
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah,
there is the Apple Podcast link, and here is the Spotify link as well. If you guys wouldn't mind, really appreciate it. Really helps the channel grow. Gets the channel more visible. And the last super chat of the night before we let you all go and enjoy your weekends. It's Friday, by the way, guys. Enjoy your weekends. Is James has come back another one saying Dirham's core. It is the Dirhams, right? Or Dirham's core. I think it's the what do they call it? The Arab Emirati dirham. I think that's what it is. Thank you very much indeed, James. Thank you to everybody else. We love you all. We will see you tomorrow. Probably before the games. Maybe we should do a bit of early one tomorrow, Johnny, if you're around.
Bank holiday Monday, so I think we'll definitely try and pop on a Monday. And whoever you support, I hope your team does well. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of talking points after this weekend's fiery fixtures. Couldn't do it without you guys. It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from that guy. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.